Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another thrilling, hopefully, discussion on another Minecraft discussion on all things well-being. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and I am with you today in my very fun office. There's actually a little bit of a view if you can kind of like lean in a little bit. You can see Lake Champlain and the Adirondacks and exposed brick. We got the Beatles. I mean, I'm definitely more of a Stones fan, but it's a nice picture. Lots of positive stuff. I think I gave you guys the tour before. Dog wisdom: be brave, take a nap, have fun, learn new tricks, make new friends, think for yourself, and show love. Yay! Okay, so today, in my very fun office, we're going to talk about, well, of course, the whole theme of Minecraft, right, is become the boss of your brain. There's my wizard suit right there, next to my gorilla suit. Becoming the boss of your brain, which involves practicing thought control, because thoughts come first, then feelings, then actions or behavior. It's just how it works. And so therefore thoughts dictate our feelings and then our lives, right? So therefore controlling what we allow in is huge. And so today is super important because we're going to talk about letting go and letting in. And it's huge because I think a lot of us out there are thinking, I want this to change, I want that to change, I want the new job, I want the new relationship, I want this, I want that, new house, whatever, yet we're going full tilt, like gerbils on crack, and there's no room for anything else. And so I also have to give Aaron Doughty a shout out because I can't wait to have lunch with him someday too. He's on my list. Oprah, Brene Brown, and then Aaron Doughty, because he talks about this as the law of subtraction versus attraction, and he's right. He's spot on right. And I have an example from my own, well, I have more than one, but one I'll share today. Example of here we want all these positive changes, yet if there's no room, think about it. Like the source, the universe, God, however you want to call it's going to skip right over you. And also, here's two pieces here. He uses the piece about the clothes closet. Aaron does. It's just like, because it's an easy example. If you want new outfits, you want to really wow people with new outfits, and then you go to your closet is jam packed full, shoes all across the bottom, and extra shelves and extra jackets and extra everything. There's no room in your very full closet for new clothes, right? So metaphorically speaking, if we want, a job change, we'd like a partner in our lives, yet we're flying around like gerbils on crack with no room for a partner, there are probably lots of missed opportunities all day that you didn't even notice. Walking into a bistro someplace or at a newspaper stand, that person you could have met, but you weren't paying attention. You weren't open to meeting somebody. And so that's kind of what's important here is we have to create the space if new stuff is going to come in, new opportunities, new good stuff. Again, relationships, jobs, or whatever. And so the other part of that is it's important to shift out of abundance guilt, because I know, because I hear it, I listen to it, a lot of people have guilt with abundance. Like it's kind of like they think of it as a pizza, and if I take a third piece, that'll leave less for other people or something, which if you actually at a pizza lunch or something like that, and everybody has not had their second one and you go for a third, well, you're right, that's not great manners. However, when we're talking about the universe and abundance, it's unlimited. So us taking a third or fourth piece or taking the whole pizza, metaphorically speaking, for abundance for the universe doesn't affect anybody else. It doesn't affect anyone else. And so a big shout out to my friend Moose from St. Mike's. He may not even remember saying that to me like 30 years ago, or maybe it's 20 years ago. I don't know. I think we're out of union, so let's say 20-something years ago. And I remember it hit me in that minute. He's like, there's enough out there for everybody, and then some. It's infinite. So you can have one pizza, 3 pizzas, 50 pizzas, doesn't matter, metaphorically speaking. However, fancy word for but, we have to have the room for it. So, and Aaron Doughty talks about when he was locked into this 9-to-5 job and stuff, and then he's like this influencer on YouTube and everything. My example, and I have to also tell my J Peak friends, I worked at a ski resort, a really great ski resort, bartending and having a ball up there. Also got a free ski pass, and also serving. And I just want to make sure if any of my J Peak friends are watching, I didn't leave because of anything that wasn't good. I loved it up there. I had loads of fun. Loved the ski pass. Loved it. Loved the people I worked with. I had fun. The guests were 99% of the time. I'd say 98 just to be safe. In a great mood because they're at a ski resort. It was none of that. I was just getting an inner pull. I was having stuff start to happen with the well-being stuff that I'm doing. That internal dialogue was really pulling at me, and I remember kind of consciously actually I was having this internal dialogue with myself. I didn't call it the laws of attraction because I hadn't seen that yet, or introduced myself to Aaron Doughty yet. Yet I was having this conversation with me. I kind of was aware that, wow, I was literally working, you know, most of 7 days a week and on my feet for the whole weekend. Again, I liked it, but I'm thinking, if I have these bigger things that are kind of pulling at me, I don't mean bigger meaning better than anyone who works in the industry. It's not what I mean. I mean things that were more in line with my authentic self as far as the well-being piece and like that. That's more in alignment with where I was going next, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I remember having a conversation with myself, like it couldn't fit. If it wanted to fit, it couldn't fit the way it was, and it was really quite a huge risk for me to leave there. I never really officially left. It was kind of our downtime, and yeah. And so I remember, like in retrospect, it was because of attachments. And even though I'm not a Buddhist, I'm inspired, which means, of course, in spirit, right? With with things that come to me from whatever angle. And the Buddhists are obviously very, anti-attachment. Like Buddhists kind of think, I guess I identify as Catholic. I'm very spiritual, I would say. So inspiration, I just take it like a catcher's mitt, right? And so that with the attachment thing, I think they're really spot on with this, is that when we're attached to stuff, it really, well, they say it's the root of all suffering. I'm going to say it just holds us back. And looking back, even though I really enjoyed JP, I was attached to the structure. I was attached to the consistent paycheck. I was attached to my ski pass, definitely. I was attached to the people who work there because they're very good people, hardworking good people. And I was also, if I'm honest, which I am, because that's kind of, I reside in the truth, I was attached to the fear. And I didn't realize that till later. Because of the consistent paycheck, I was kind of, at that time, kind of in survival mode. We had, 5 kids in college and stuff, and I was really attached to that fear that if I give this up, financially wise, that we could sink fast because, just because I was in survival mode, and there's the whole security of it, the routine. There's also pretty amazing sunrise on my way in when I did the early shift, but I was definitely attached to the structure, the security, the whole routine, just the whole secure thing of it. So when I let it go, this is the thing, and I was scared. If I'm admitting I was a little nervous about it. It was not very long after that, like literally a couple of months, and our then president kind of like had a conversation with me, called me into her office, and basically, long story made shorter, appointed me, however you want to use the words, I don't know, asked me to take on this well-being role. And I was already teaching and loving that, teaching about well-being, teaching the course Minecraft. And it's the coolest thing. We talk about source, the universe, whatever you want to say, working through people and being channeled through people. When I created the space, took that leap of faith, and I'm not saying it was easy. I did it. I didn't say it was easy. I was like, oh boy, changes. And I'm usually pretty good with changes. That was just kind of a huge change. I changed. I'd been there for 8 years. So when I created that void, or that, I think of like the sand at the beach when you dig out and down where the water starts on the ocean, and it fills in right away. It was kind of like that. So I created this vacuum, this hole, and literally within a couple months, one of the best things that's ever happened to me professionally happened. And it came, and I didn't go looking, it found me through our then awesome president, Lori Quinn. I love her, I'm a huge fan. And it literally happened just like bang bang, like just serendipitously. And now I couldn't be happier. I mean, I was already happy teaching Minecraft. Now it's like this dual role that just has me happier than Halloween, because that's my favorite. And so it comes down to We got to make the space. And the other thing, okay, so we got to create the space because good stuff, or if it's a partner, I used a job example or role calling example, partner, house, kids. If you're flying like a gerbil on crack, there is no room. Or if it's that you want to write that children's book or novel, if you're so busy, spirit, God, source, universe, however you want to talk about it, is going to skip to the next person who's creative, and they'll write the book. It's just how it works. Then remember to shake the abundance guilt, and a lot of that has to do with feeling worthy, because if you don't feel worthy of good things, guess what? Good things are not going to happen if you don't feel worthy of good things happening to you. Okay, that is absolutely, absolutely huge. And then the last thing is gratitude. You know that gratitude is a superpower for me. And even if I'm feeling like this much annoyed with somebody, they don't know, but I'm nodding and smiling, and I start with my whole gratitude thing. And it's just really, really helps a lot. And here's the thing with the good things coming into your life and the abundance and the things that are more in alignment with your personality and what you're meant to do, is the gratitude, to be grateful every single day. And you know, when I get up, I say grateful out my bay window before I get out of bed, swing around, say thank you when I stand up, just to thank you and to thank you. That's for the alignment, my spine working, thank goodness, and legs working, and eyes working, all that stuff. And then I go have hot tea and write 3 things in my gratitude journal every single day, because that's part of my routine, and it helps us to think positively, even unconsciously. That whole routine, 15 minutes would be a stretch. It's not even, it's like 10, even counting the microwave with the tea. So the thing with the gratitude is, if you're not grateful, if you're not actively and genuinely, authentically grateful for what you already have, why would the universe give you more? Right? It's kind of like if you're not managing what you've already got, you're not already happy and enough with what you've got, it doesn't make any logical sense that the universe would give you more. Right? So here we are. Law of subtraction. Law of subtraction. Create space. Shake the abundance guilt. You got to feel worthy. And that also includes detach from whatever you're stuck in, attached to. You got to be free to accept new things, right? And then be grateful. Be grateful every day in every way if you want more good stuff to come into your life. And that's it. Good note to end on. Okay, this is Kimberly Quinn signing off from my very fun, positive, upbeat office. Look at that. Don't make me get my flying monkeys. All right. Have a mindful, very abundant day.